Governor Bello Matoale completes one-day invitational visit to Adamawa State. A new Vice Chancellor for Zamfara State University, Talata Mafara, has been appointed. Brigadier General Mohammed Yerima takes over as Army spokesman. On business, Central Bank of Nigeria directs banks orders to accept travel documents and refugee ID card. On the international scene, Ukraine bans COVID-19 vaccines from Russia. On sports, the former Super Eagle of Nigerian defender Issa Sofulue is dead. Welcome to SVTV News. I am Musa Joy Onyoza. Governor Bello Mohammed Matawale Maradun has commissioned 361-kilometer rural roads in Adamawa State during a one-day invitational visit by his Adamawa colleague Alhaji Amudu Umaru Fintiri. The Governor this week got special invitation from Governor Fintiri to visit Adamawa and lend credence to his projects executed in all the 21 local government areas in conjunction with the World Bank. Governor Fintiri disclosed at the occasion that the 361-kilometer rural roads have 19 water crossings, which have now opened up numerous communities in the state. The Zamfara State Governor, who commissioned the roads alongside their maintenance equipment at a ceremony conducted at Kovugaya of Hong local government area in the state, urged the people to assist themselves by guarding the roads to ensure their longevity. Governor Matawale commended his Adamawa State counterpart for concentrating on the development of rural areas and urged him to always remain the forthright person he is known to be. He urged the people of Adamawa State to continue according Governor Fintiri the necessary support so as to comfortably render them durable and efficient social services and infrastructure. The Minister of Information, Lai Mohammed, says it is unfair to criticize Bello Matawale, Governor of Zamfara State, for granting amnesty to bandits. Reports say that Awalu Daudawa, the alleged mastermind of the abduction of some students from a secondary school in Kankara, Katsina State, repented and was granted amnesty. Also, a few days ago, Ahmed Gumi, a prominent Islamic cleric, met with some suspected bandits in Zamfara Forest and appealed for peace. Reacting to this development, Governor Nasir El-Rufai of Kaduna State had objected to the idea of holding peace talks with bandits, saying they do not deserve to be forgiven or compensated. Speaking on the issue when he featured in Kakaki, a program by AIT, Lai Mohammed said criticizing the Zamfara government approach should be unfair as each state deals with insecurity differently. The Zamfara state government said its sustained dialogue with gunmen was yielding positive results. The State Commissioner for Security and Home Affairs, Alhaji Abubakar Dauran, said more bandits are now surrendering their arms to the government almost on a daily basis with promises to embrace peace. Speaking during a joint press briefing with the police at the Police Command Headquarters in Gusau, the Commissioner said this had been possible through the Peace and Dialogue Initiative introduced by the State Governor Bello Mohammed Matawale Maradun, which led to many bandits giving up the armed banditry.
We in Zamfara State have seen the advantages of peace and reconciliation accord, as we have stated, raping its fruit without losing a single soul in crossfire. To this end, we strongly advocate the northwest geopolitical states, most especially Katsina, Sokoto, Kebbi, Niger, Kaduna, to adopt some approach to end this mandatory menace in their states. Zamfara State is ever ready to assist partner and cooperate in the direction I wish to appeal to all security agencies, especially on 6 Metropolitan Joint Patrol, to improve in their surveillance and also call on all security agents, organizations, sole administrations of the local government areas to passion our way to conduct surveillance in their respective domain so as to checkmate the activities of the men of the underworld.
He said each of the 24 AK-47 guns recently handed over to the government by just one gang of repentant armed bandits was capable of killing 2,000 persons. He said it was on the pretext of the successes being achieved that the Bello Matawale-led administration in Zamfara State was standing firm on the Peace and Dialogue Initiative, which is fast bringing back peace to the state. A new Vice-Chancellor for Zamfara State University, Talata Mafara, has been appointed. He is Professor Yahya Zakaria Abdullahi of Federal University, Gusau. A statement signed by the Special Advisor Directorate for Higher Education, Alhaji Abdullahi Mohammed Grubin Bore, said the appointment, which took effect from 11 February 2021, was approved by the State Governor Bello Mohammed Matawale Maradun. Professor Yahya, who hails from Gusau, is 50 and holds a PhD in Development Economics from Shiga University, Japan, and has been a professor of development economics since 2012. Professor Yahya has been a university lecturer for 25 years and has occupied several administrative and organizational positions, including Deputy Director, Directorate of Examination and Registration, among other important positions at Usman Dan Fodio University, Sokoto. A caretaker committee chairman of the All Progressives Congress APC in Zamfara State, Alhaji Lawal M. Liman Gabdo Kara, has said that the recent reconciliation between former Governor Yari and Senator Kabir Marafa would fast track and make the ongoing revalidation and registration of its members in the state more successful. The chairman gave the assurance and was at the party secretariat in Gusau shortly after meeting with the 7-man registration committee sent from the party's headquarters in Abuja on the conduct of the exercise. Alhaji Lawal M. Liman assured that with the recent reconciliation of the warring factions and the party in the state, the ongoing registration and revalidation exercise in the country will be successful and hitch-free in Zamfara State. The Gabdon Kara reiterated the party's resolved determination and commitment to ensuring hitch-free exercise, as the members are now one family in Zamfara State. The Senate has urged security agencies to actively deploy drones and helicopters to monitor forests and unguarded areas in Nigeria to identify illegal camps of bandits. This was part of its resolutions following its adoption of a motion on the general insecurity in Nigeria, sponsored by Senator Ajayi Boniface, APC Ondo, and co-sponsored by 106 other senators. President of the Senate, Ahmed Lawan, in his remark, said the National Assembly would continue to talk about the security situation in the country, adding that there was need to deploy more resources to fight insecurity. Alhaji Lawan said the state governors and local government authorities should be fully involved in the fight against insecurity to complement the effort of the federal government. He, however, urged the federal government to further equip security agencies to adequately combat insecurity in the country. Reports said the adoption came weeks after President Muhammadu Buhari had nominated new service chiefs to spearhead a new drive to curb all forms of insecurity and brigandage in different parts of the country. The Speaker of the House of Representatives, Mr. Femi Bajabiamila, says now is the time for Nigerians to put aside all other considerations, especially the petty concerns of partisanship and politics, to move the country forward. He also said if ever there was a time to set aside our differences of tribe and religion to focus on a concerted effort to defeat the challenges of insurgency and banditry, communal violence, and the violent struggle over land, that time is now. This is as Bajabiamila assured that the Green Chamber would focus its attention on bills and motions that would improve the ease of doing business and unlock economic potential. The Speaker, who stated this in an address to welcome his colleagues from the Christmas and New Year break during the resumption of plenary on Wednesday, said the House would make frantic efforts to surpass its 2020 achievements. According to him, though the legislature does not have the control of the various security agencies, It would, however, ensure the use of its appropriation powers to hold those responsible accountable as well as continue to collaborate with the executive arm to improve the security situation in the country. The Northern Nigerian Governors Association says there is no way to continue grazing in the country's forest. A statement issued after the meeting on Tuesday said the governors made the announcement during an emergency meeting to discuss regional issues. The chairman of the association and governor of Plateau State, Simon Lalong, said the governors had expressed concern over the unrest following the order for Fulani herdsmen to leave other parts of the country. In a bid to find a solution, the governors decided to sensitize the herdsmen on the need to modernize their herds. They also called on the federal government to support the state financially to implement the pilot project of modern breeding techniques. The new Army spokesman, Brigadier General Mohammed Yerima, has on Wednesday, February 10, 2021, took over the affairs of the Directorate of Army Public Relations. Brigadier General Sajir Musa promised to ensure a better relationship with the media. He described his appointment as homecoming, adding that he had come a long way with the media in terms of the professional relationship and patriotic duty to the nation. The new Army Director of Public Relations said he had devoted better part of his career in the military to making better relationship with the media in order to give the right information about the military and its services to the nation. Meanwhile, a report from Askara Uba of Musa Ward in Borno State said dozens of Boko Haram fighters made their Waterloo in an ambush by the Nigerian military. The report said the incident occurred when the leader of the insurgents came out on a stroll along with his bodyguards and other lieutenants when the Nigerian army ambushed and killed over 20 of them. The insurgents came with 13 trucks and other heavy weapons in retaliation on Wednesday. The report, however, said the military destroyed 7 out of the 13 trucks. The report further said an area bombardment of the insurgent camp was later carried out, which led to the destruction of several facilities and equipment of the insurgents. A brother-in-law of the governor of Ebonyi State, Mr. Dave Umahi, and a younger brother of his wife, Ms. Rachel Umahi, had been arrested and paraded by the Federal Capital Territory Police Command in Abuja for kidnapping. The arrest of the young man, identified as Chuku Befrand, also popularly known as Fish, is said to not have come as a rude shock to the Ebonyi First family if his claims of welfare negligence by the First family is to be believed. The alleged kidnappers, according to police sources, were using the Ebonyi State Governor's Lodge in the High-Bro Maitama area of Abuja as hideout, where their kidnapped victims were kept. Meanwhile, the attention of the Bauchi State Police Command has been drawn to a viral multimedia clip of a torture scene in which a gang of hardened young boys were seen cruelly inflicting severe pain and violent treatment on some group of young ladies in their late teens and early 20s. The video shows the syndicate gang confining the group of captured ladies, numbering about 10 of them, to an unkempt and an uncompleted building as they brutally and oppressively beat the girls with intensive strokes of whip. They further demeaned the lady by using razor blade to cut off their hair while using vulgar words to further harass them. Such an open violation of human dignity is not only alarming, but an act that amounts to gender-based violence. Still, to come your way is the business, the international, and the sport. But before that, a quick commercial break. Stay tuned. Welcome back. Let me quickly take you to our business desk for the business update.
Welcome to Business Desk. The Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, has directed commercial banks and other financial institutions to henceforth accept machine-readable travel documents and refugee identification card as means of identification for financial transactions. The directive was given by Dr. Kevin Amugo, Director of Finance Policy Regulation Department, on Wednesday in Abuja. The directive was given through a memo to the banks, other financial institutions, and payment service providers in the country. Mr. Amugo said that the directive was necessitated by the challenges which refugees and asylum seekers experience with means of identification when they engage in financial transactions. He also urged the banks to improve on due diligence in all transactions so as to forestall money laundering and other criminal activities pending on the banking system. That's all on Business Desk today. I'm Samira Ibrahim. Thanks for watching and back to the newsroom.
And on the international scene, Ukraine has banned coronavirus vaccines produced in its bitter rival Russia, despite struggles to launch its vaccination campaign. A resolution passed by the government on February 8 and posted on its website Wednesday banned the registration of vaccines from aggressor states, designation Ukraine has applied to Russia since 2015. Ukraine's pro-Western leadership has repeatedly rejected calls from pro-Moscow politicians to approve Russia's Sputnik V jab, denouncing the vaccine as a geopolitical tool. Ukraine has been fighting separatists backed by Russia in its Donetsk and Lugansk region since 2019, following Moscow's annexation of the Crimea Peninsula. The ban on Russia vaccines came despite criticism of President Volodymyr Zelensky for failing to source Western-made jabs. Not a single dose of any vaccine has yet to arrive in the ex-Soviet country. And on sport, a report reaching us said Issa Sofolowe passed away after a battle with a brain ailment. Other reports also said the ex-footballer died on Tuesday at the intensive care unit of the Lagos University Teaching Hospital and was diagnosed with mild cerebral atrophy. Mr. Issa Sofolowe was born on 28 December 1967 and played as a defender and won 40 caps and scored a goal for his country. Mr. Sofolowe was Super Eagles regular left back between 1983 and 1988. He played at the 1984 and 1988 African Nations Cups. He also had an illustrious club career playing for 3SC, Abiola Babes, where he won 2 FA Cups in 1985 and 1987, and Julius Berger and Gateway United football clubs. That has been the news from Standard Voice Television. To end the news, a quick look at the major headlines. Governor Bello Matawalle completes one-day invitational visit to Adamawa State. Our new Vice Chancellor for Zamfara State University, Talata Mafara, has been appointed. Brigadier General Mohammed Yerima takes over as Army spokesman. On business, Central Bank of Nigeria directs banks orders to accept travel documents and refugee ID card. On the international scene, Ukraine bans COVID-19 vaccines from Russia. On sports, the former Super Eagle of Nigerian defender Issa Sofolowe is dead. That's the news on behalf of the production crew and head of news in Current Affairs Department, Alhaji Ibrahim Karabatunau. I still remain Musa Joy Onyola. Thanks for watching and stay tuned.